Appendix 2. The testimony example of the Smith family. It's interesting to note that as beloved as Joseph and Hiram were by Mother Smith, Samuel, Don Carlos, William, and Joseph's 3 sisters, all 7 of them, along with Emma, initially and ultimately rejected the spiritual wife doctrine and chose not to follow Brigham Young and his associates of the 12 into the wilderness to Utah. With that in mind, here is a very important visionary experience that Mother Smith had at the general time of the succession issue, and it's presented below. Mother Smith's first vision. Brothers and children, I was much troubled and felt as if I had the sins of the whole world to bear and the burden of the church, and I felt that there was something wrong. I called upon the Lord to show me what was wrong, and if it was I called upon him until I slept. I then heard a voice calling on me, saying, Awake, 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 for the only son that thou hast living, they for his life have laid a snare. My aged servant Joseph, who was the first patriarch of this church, and my servant Hiram, who was the second patriarch, my servant Joseph, who was prophet and seer, and my servants Samuel, William, and Don Carlos. They were the first founders, fathers, and heads of the church, raised up in these last days, and thou art the mother, and thy daughters have helped. And they are the daughters in Israel, and have helped raise up this church. Arise, 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 and take thy place, and know not what has been in the hearts of some. But he said, Thou shalt know. He told me what it was, but I shall not tell. I saw William in a room full of armed men, and he having no weapons. They would have crushed him down if it had not been for the power of God, and many of the family would have been cut off. The Lord having softened their hearts, 2 of them had blacker hearts than the rest, and I know who they are, and I will tell them if they will come to me. Brigham Young and Heber C. Kimball know it is so, and dare not deny it. Call upon the 12, let all things be set in order, and keep their hearts pure from this time henceforth. The voice saith, Be merciful. And then Zion shall arise and flourish as a rose. What I was told I cannot tell. Thou art the mother in Israel, and tell thy children all to walk uprightly. Thy son William, he shall have power over the churches. He is father in Israel over the patriarchs and the whole of the church. He is the last of the lineage that is raised up in these last days. He's patriarch to regulate the affairs of the church. He's president over all the church. They can't take his apostleship away from him. The president of the church belongs to William, he being the last of the heads of the church, according to the lineage, he having inherited it from the family from before the foundation of the world. Thou art a mother in Israel. Thy spirit arose and said in eternity that it would take a body to be a mother to prophets, who should be raised up to save the last dispensation. And the Spirit saith unto me to be faithful, and that I was faithful, and tell the church to be faithful. And the Spirit said I should live until I was satisfied with life. Brothers and children, I want you to take notice what the burden of the church rests. That the burden of the church rests, brackets on William. The second vision. Joseph came to me and said, quote, That day is coming when I shall wave the scepter of power over my enemies. Be patient, my brothers and sisters. The day is coming when you shall have eternal life and be rewarded for all your troubles. End of quote.